Hey guys, Kurt here of NK Garage, and we're back with another tool haul. So this tool haul is much smaller than our normal tool hauls, but there's two reasons for that. One, this was some picking I did the day after I came back from Jacktown. I was pretty tired. I had to go out anyways to run some errands, so I figured I'd pop in the flea market and just do a little bit of small picking. But this is also a good time for me to show you guys that if you're not a tool haul channel and you're not a flipper, eBay, or whatever like that, you can still go to the flea market and find some good stuff. You just got to be willing to go to a lot of sellers, take a look, dig through some bins, dig through some buckets. Some of this stuff isn't as easy to find as you think, and you really got to know what you're looking for, and you can find some stuff. So this is the $75 budget flea market tool haul. And I think that every single one of these pieces is absolutely awesome. But your opinion will differ depending on what you're looking for. So we'll start off with the ratchets, my favorites. This is the Craftsman USA made 1/2-inch drive flex head. It's got the quick release button, flex head obviously. USA made VV series 44984. I paid $40 for this ratchet, and it's in good functioning order. There's no serious rust. A little bit of chrome chips, but it's not bent. It still clicks into each position very nicely. It's not all loose. I consider it to be good condition. Good to very good. And for 40 bucks, that's one heck of a deal, because I went online on eBay and saw people asking about $120, $130 for this ratchet. So condition obviously varies, but pretty cool. Next up, this guy I picked up and I was like, whoa, this is like the heaviest, standard handle 1/2-inch drive ratchet I've ever picked up. This is the Herbrand S10 made in USA. Now this one I paid $8. It was originally marked at $10. I negotiated it down a little bit. Mainly, there's a lot of dirt and grime in here, and I'm not sure if these screws are going to be stripped out or not. So when I take it apart to service it, I might have a little bit of trouble. It does work in both directions, but I want to open it up and service it and see if I can get all that cleaned out, because this thing is old and vintage and it deserves a good cleaning. Pretty cool, very heavy. I thought it was pretty awesome. Another ratchet I picked up was a Plomb. It's a 3/8 drive Plomb ratchet with the pebble finish logo. Pretty awesome looking tool. 5249 USA made. This one was marked at $10. I paid full asking price. I didn't feel any need to negotiate. Condition wise, it's in really nice shape. It functions really nice and works in both directions. And it looks like somebody took care of this thing. Either they cleaned it up, get it ready for sale, or somebody just kept it in very good condition over the years. So I paid 10 bucks. I feel like it was a good deal. Pretty awesome. I bought 2 Brink and Cotton C-clamps. I love Brink and Cotton clamps. I can't pass up a good deal on C-clamps. But if you look at the threads and the feet on these, I don't even know if these were ever even used. These are basically like new old stock, because a lot of times you find clamps where they're bent or the threads are all gummed up, and that's in excellent condition. So these are the number 142.5. So it's a 2.5-inch C-clamp. Picked up 2 interesting wrenches. This is a 32mm service wrench. It's a DIN 894. So it's for specialty auto work, probably made in Germany. There are no other markings on it, but normally the DIN wrenches are German made. And the other wrench is an old Williams. I got to do a little bit of cleanup on it on the flat faces here, but it's got a nice Williams logo here. It's the 530, and it's the square end old vintage wrench. I think these are really cool. I like to clean them up, and condition wise is pretty good. Both of these wrenches were both only $1. Got a Proto adjustable wrench. This is the 10-inch, the 710-S, Proto made in USA. Definitely vintage. It's got a lot of dirt and grime on it, but it works. I tested it. I always test the adjustable wrenches and the ratchets. I even test pliers, because sometimes the sellers, they don't really actually look at their tools. They just might just be selling them straight out of wherever they came from. So sometimes they don't even know that they might not work. So I like to test them. I like to make sure that the adjustable wrench works, or if it doesn't, that I'm getting a good enough deal on it. I can't remember exactly what I paid for it, but we'll call it $4. We got two smaller adjustable wrenches. We have a Herbrand number 21-6. I don't find a lot of Herbrand tools. I'm not a Herbrand collector. One day I might be, but I'm working on some other collections right now, so I just can't collect everything at the same time. USA made, of course. Pretty hard to find these for me. You know, like I said, I don't see a lot of Herbrand tools. I think that's the first Herbrand adjustable I've come across. So I picked that one up. I think it was $2. And then the little guy on the bottom was also $2. This is a Craftsman 4-inch Western Forge adjustable wrench. So that's part number 44601. Other than a little bit of pitting down here, it's actually in really good shape. The front, or at least what I call this, the front, is in better than the back. The back had that little bit of pitting there. But yeah, 4-inch adjustables, again, hard to find, you know, especially USA made. Got that for another steal. This, I think, was another $2. It's a GTD number 329, made in USA. So just a nice little tap wrench. I like GTD machinist tools, so I usually pick up their tap wrenches and tap handles when I get a chance. Got 3 pairs of pliers today. Probably, you know, the 2 of these are my favorite brands, of course, Utica and Kraueter. Both of these were $1. So this is the Utica 7-8 slip joint. I love Utica tools as much as I love Kraueter tools as well. This Kraueter pliers was actually in really good shape underneath what was, I just kind of wire wheeled it real quick for the video. Just this top scale of rust, but under that, once I wire wheeled it, I just did a really quick job so you guys could see the logo. But the cutter's in really good shape. The grooves in here in pretty good shape. This is the Kraueter industrial model, which makes it even cooler. But the joint's very tight. The handles are in nice shape. You know, this thing really wasn't used much. And then last, we got the 426 Channellock pliers. Got that Champion Dearmament logo on there. I'll pay for the Champion Dearmament logo. I like to see that. You know, it means it's an older pair. I think I might have paid $3 or $4 for these. I can't entirely remember all the individual prices, but I know everything together was $75, I think. So pretty good. Nice little flea market finds. Just want to show you guys that you can go to the flea market on a budget. You can come home with a couple tools. I was probably there for maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. I just took my time, brought my backpack, threw everything in the backpack, and you really got to dig sometimes. I found this Plomb ratchet in a plastic bin full of kitchen utensils. I saw a little bit of writing on the side that said utensils and tools, and I thought I saw, like, you know, a couple, like a pair of pliers, like chrome pliers like this in there. So I was like, I'll go walk over there and take a look. And I came out of there with a Plomb ratchet. So sometimes the tools aren't where you think they are. Sometimes you even have to ask the sellers. Sometimes they don't even have all their stuff out. So that's just a couple little tips and tricks. You guys let me know what your favorite tool of the day is. I think mine has to be the Plomb ratchet. I think that's probably a really sweet find at the flea market. You know, I haven't seen them very often. You can get them on eBay, but to find them in the wild is pretty sweet, especially in working condition, because they're old and a lot of them got pretty beat over time. So that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you guys on the next one.